Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm IWN, and we are live. I'm live for your 2022 AEW Full Gear review. I got some good news and I got some sad news. Some good news is I watched the AEW Full Gear video clips and read the results. And I'm here to tell you that this year's AEW Full Gear was one of the greatest AEW Full Gear pay-per-views of all time. One of the greatest Full Gear pay-per-views that we haven't gotten in a long time. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. The talent, the male and female talent on this pay-per-view delivered so well. Now, the bad news is I didn't watch the full pay-per-view. I just saw the video clips. But luckily for me, I'm going to get to watch AEW Full Gear again this week. And I do have an announcement to make regarding of that. And I'm going to go over that with you guys right after the review. And I got a trailer to show you guys. The AEW All Elite Wrestling YouTube channel just released a trailer yesterday that I want to show you guys. Also, my Friday Night SmackDown review will be live this afternoon. You know, the SmackDown that came on last week, where I'm going to be reviewing that SmackDown. So my SmackDown review will be live this afternoon. And I may 100% go live with your WWE and AEW Sunday News live stream, giving you guys your WWE and AEW Sunday Night News. Thank you to everybody for joining the live chat, and I appreciate the likes that I'm receiving. Thank you for the 2 likes. Let's get some more likes on the stream. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications, man. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and you can add me on Snapchat. The links to all of my accounts are in the description below. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to get this fucking review started. Because I know you guys are dying and waiting for what my thoughts are on the pay-per-view. What my real thoughts are on this pay-per-view. My thoughts are on this pay-per-view for now is it's the greatest pay-per-view of all time. But I haven't gave my real thoughts on it yet. That's just a sneak peek of what my thoughts are on it. That's just only half of it. I haven't gave you my full thoughts on it yet. So we're going to begin a review, man. First things first. We got this AEW Full Gear 0 hour pre-show where Eddie Kingston defeated June. Ricky Starks defeated Brian Cage. And of course, best friends, Orange Cassidy, Saraya, Rocky, and Danhausen defeated the Factories, QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Lee Johnson, Cole Carter, and Nick Camarado. So the pyro shot off on the stage while Excalibur, Jim Ross, and Taz checked in from the broadcast table to welcome viewers pay-per-view. They introduced the French broadcast team and then went to an ad from their daily fantasy sports partner. Justin Roberts was in the ring. He was the ring announcer for this pay-per-view and said the only way to win the cage match was by pinfall or submission. Oh, and by the way, guys, I was right again. Jamie Hayter finally beat Toni Storm to become the AEW interim women's champion, and I got a lot to say about that. And I noticed from watching that video clip of Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter, from watching Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter, I noticed that Jamie Hayter, I noticed she was wearing a color that I'm familiar with, a color that I recognize, a color that I see, a color that matches on her gear, that matches my YouTube channel logo. It makes me question whether Jamie Hayter actually seen my videos and live streams or not on YouTube, because she is wearing gold attire. Because let me tell you guys something. As you all know, my YouTube channel profile has my YouTube channel profile logo. It has gold on it. You know, the one that says IWN. You can clearly see it. It's right beside my name, IWN, with 484 subscribers. You see that, right? So that has gold in itself. My YouTube channel profile logo is gold. Her attire is gold. If that's enough to tell you guys that if that's not enough to legitimately tell you guys that she's seen my videos and my reviews, I don't know what else to tell you. You're going to be in for a shock. I'm telling you right now. I said it on Instagram and I'm saying it here. You're going to be in for a shock. I'm telling you right now. You're going to be in for a shock of what I have to say about this interim women's championship match. And you're also going to be in for a shock of what I have to say about this match between Bryan, Cage, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs for the TNT Championship. Now, Samoa Joe beating Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, that was an awkward win for Samoa Joe. I think I'm going to explain why. I may or may not. But all I'm going to say is that was a very, very awkward win for Samoa Joe. Awkward. Very, very awkward. Why did AEW make the decision to have Samoa Joe become the TNT champion and the Ring of Honor champion? Why? I gotta question that for a minute. Why did they make that decision? Why didn't they just put the TNT championship on Powerhouse Hobbs instead of Samoa Joe? Powerhouse Hobbs, to me, was going into the match as the winner. That wasn't the case. So you know what? Basically, Powerhouse Hobbs was buried from the word go. Powerhouse Hobbs was basically buried. Basically wasted and buried on the pay-per-view. Powerhouse Hobbs was legitimately the word buried. He was. I cannot believe they did him like that in that match. I feel bad for him. I really do. I don't know how you can fucking waste and bury a guy like Powerhouse Hobbs like that on television. Why would you have him lose to Samoa Joe and Wardlow? He should have easily been the winner. He should have easily defeated Samoa Joe and Wardlow to win the championship. No. AEW should have had Wardlow, or AEW should have had Powerhouse Hobbs, easily Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe to win champion. Why? I got a question. Why? Why did they go with the decision to have Samoa Joe become the TNT champion instead of having Powerhouse Hobbs beat Samoa Joe and Wardlow to become TNT champion? Can somebody in the live chat explain that to me, man? Because I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding what is going on with that. I don't get that. That is the one and only thing I don't understand. Everything else was fine. Everything else was fine, man. That's the only thing I didn't understand. I think they really made a bad decision putting that title on Samoa Joe. I mean, Joe 2 belts. I guess it sticks, but it just seemed to me like Powerhouse Hobbs should have been the one to win the TNT Championship. The TNT Championship looks better on Powerhouse Hobbs than it does on Wardlow and Samoa Joe. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, man. I don't know how AEW can look at Powerhouse Hobbs and say it's not Powerhouse Hobbs' time to be champion yet. I just can't see it. The guy has star potential all over him, man. He's a megastar, for fuck's sake. If anything, I think Powerhouse Hobbs should have already been champion. Same with Jamie Hayter. We're going to talk about that later. I said this about Jamie Hayter on my AEW All Out review, I believe. And I think I even said it in the AEW All Out Watch Along. You guys remember when I went live to AEW All Out Watch Along, I mentioned that Jamie Hayter should beat Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, and Toni Storm to become the AEW Interim Women's Champion. Remember that? Yeah. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But right now, our focus is on Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus with Christian in a steel cage match. We're going to go over that. But Justin Roberts was in the ring. He said that the only way to win the cage match was by pinfall or submission. So we got Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus with Christian Cage in a steel cage match. This was a very, very fantastic steel cage match from what I read, from what I saw in the video clips. Luchasaurus caught Perry with a big boot and then hoisted him up and ran his head into the cage. Then Perry bled and Luchasaurus raked his head on the cage. Perry bled and Luchasaurus raked his head on the cage. Perry's mom and sister were shown seated in the front row. A short time later, Luchasaurus tossed Perry off the top rope, then slammed him to the mat and covered him for a 2 count. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to be honest. I was really pissed off that I was short on money and didn't get to buy the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view. And that was my fault. I'll admit it. I don't like to blame myself for shit like that. But unfortunately, I have to. I didn't save enough money. I thought I was going to have enough money to buy it. I thought somebody online was going to send me $23, and they didn't do it. So I hadn't tested my brother about it. That didn't work out. Messaged my friends on Facebook Messenger about sending me $23. That didn't work out either, so I just said forget it. At least I have WWE Survivor Series War Games to look forward to. I got to check my Peacock account to see how many days I have left on my subscription. That's very important, too. I got to check that. I'm going to check that right after the AEW Full Gear review. And I'm going to get started on my SmackDown thumbnail for the SmackDown review this afternoon. Just have that scheduled and probably have my WWE and AEW news live stream scheduled as well. And I'm going to have Dynamite, SmackDown, and Rampage watch-alongs and reviews scheduled as well. So I'm probably going to have everything scheduled by today. I should. It's going to be a busy day for me. I can already tell it is. That's why I'm glad I'm off work every weekend. Because not only do I work, but I'm a YouTube content creator as well. Yes, I still work at KFC, but I'm actually going to be leaving my job next November. Not this November, next November, which is next year in 2023. I don't know if I'm getting another job or not. I may or may not. I don't know. I still am putting some thought into it. We'll see. That's if these jobs accept me. I mean, they don't have, and none of these jobs don't even know that I'm autistic. I don't even think I don't even think half of these jobs even give a shit. I don't even think they give a fuck. Luchasaurus backed the ring. Luchasaurus backed the in-ring referee into the corner. Now, why would he do that? I don't know. That's only something you guys know. Given that some of you that subscribe to my channel probably watched the full AEW Full Gear pay-per-view and no telling. Cage walked over and stole the cage. Keys from the ringside referee. Cage got the cage door open, but security came out and took him away. Luchasaurus went to ringside and took out a security guard. Perry followed and was eventually catapulted into the side of the cage by Luchasaurus, who then pulled a table out from underneath the ring. Perry was shown laying on the ringside mat and had a crime zone mask. Meanwhile, Luchasaurus grabbed a table and 2 chairs and threw them inside the cage. I hope YouTube knows I'm autistic too. I hope the YouTube developers or the YouTube partners program, hopefully they'll accept my monetization and hopefully they don't suspend my YouTube channel, because I don't really mean to be cussing, you know. I don't really mean, I just cuss in a positive way, not in negative ways. I cuss because I cuss about wrestling. I care about wrestling. I don't cuss about wrestling because I legitimately don't hate it. I do it because I care. I'm trying to be professional, as professional as I can. I really am. I've read, like I said, I read the YouTube guidelines. You know, I'm taking precaution, man. But as I was saying, guys, Luchasaurus grabbed the table, 2 chairs, and threw them inside the cage. Luchasaurus slammed Perry's head on the ring steps and then threw him back inside the cage. So then when Luchasaurus returned to the ring, Perry kicked the middle rope into his groin. Luchasaurus caught Perry with a big boot. But Perry, this is what happened, guys. Perry right back with a couple of drop kicks. Perry performed a 3rd drop kick at Luchasaurus into the cage. Perry used his foot to actually drive the head of Luchasaurus. Countered with a back body drop. Oh, and by the way, I got a lot of things to say about the politics. I got a lot of negative things to say about that. We're going to talk about that at the end of the review, too. I got a lot more things to say than you guys thought. I have a lot more than you think. Luchasaurus set up the chair in the ring, then went for a choke slam. Perry slipped away. Perry ran the ropes and leaped off the chair and performed a Canadian destroyer. That was a good Canadian destroyer, which led to a 1 count. Perry picked up a chair and drove it into the side of Luchasaurus' head. Perry followed up a killer switch, or should I say kill switch, onto a chair and then got a 2 count. So then Perry ran the ropes and pretty much leaped off a chair. But then Luchasaurus grabbed him and chokeslammed him onto the chair and then pretty much covered him for a 2 count. So then this is what happened after that. Luchasaurus placed Perry on the top turnbuckle and joined him on the middle rope. I was getting ready to say it, but I don't know. I think something just caught my attention. But Luchasaurus placed Perry on the top turnbuckle and joined him on the middle rope. Perry elbowed the head. He legitimately elbowed the head, man, of Luchasaurus. And then hit him with sliced bread. Set up Undertaker style. Then Perry did the same. Both men got to their feet, and then Luchasaurus put Perry down with a headbutt. Perry came right back and put Luchasaurus down with a power driver, which led to a good near fall. Perry set up a table. Luchasaurus grabbed him by the throat, but Perry countered into a sleeper. Luchasaurus kicked the table over and then performed a tombstone power driver, something Undertaker used in the WWE. He used in WWE in his career in wrestling, in his younger and older days. Both men got to their feet, and then Luchasaurus put Perry down for headbutt. Perry came right back, but Luchasaurus down with a power driver, which led to a good near fall. Perry set up a table. Luchasaurus grabbed him by the throat. Perry countered into a sleeper, and then into a tombstone power driver. Luchasaurus held onto Perry, slammed his face first into the mat before covering him for a near fall. Hey, this is awesome! Chants broke out in the arena, with the AEW geeks in the crowd. Now, Luchasaurus set up the table, wanted to powerbomb Perry through it. Then, Perry countered into a sleeper hold. Perry placed Luchasaurus on the table, then hit him with a chair shot to the head. Luchasaurus wisely put his head up. Then Perry went to the top of the cage, and the crowd roared. Perry leaped from the top of the cage and put Luchasaurus through the table with an elbow drop. Perry put Luchasaurus in the snore trap and got the submission win. So Jack Perry pretty much picked up a victory over Luchasaurus in what was one of his biggest wins of his career. This was legitimately the biggest win of his career, man. Afterward, Perry climbed to the top of the cage and celebrated his win. Once he climbed down, he hugged his mother and sister, who were both emotional. Ross said he didn't know how a show could start better. Highlights of the match were shown. We had a great opening match. There was no ambiguity when it comes to the babyface heel dynamic. The babyface heel dynamic makes sense. It's just the babyface dynamic, heel dynamic makes no sense. Babyface versus babyface dynamic, heel versus heel dynamic. We all know that makes no sense. We all know that a babyface versus heel dynamic makes sense. Heel dynamic versus babyface dynamic makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Now, they did a really good job by having Perry work from underneath and eventually battle back to get the decisive win from what I watched in this match between Lewis and Jack Perry Jungle Boy in this really awesome steel cage match. Now, this was a very, very, very brilliant way to open the main card. I mean that in 100 ways possible. That legitimately, I am 100% being truthful when I say this. I'm not lying to you guys. A video package aired on Death Triangle versus the Elite. Entrances for the Trios title match took place, and here I thought the Elite were going to beat Death Triangle to become the AEW Trios Championships for Pac to turn on Rey Fenix and Penta, which I was wrong. It didn't happen. It wasn't the case. It was a whole different ball game in this Trios Championship match. They went the other route instead of going the actual route. It would have actually made more sense to have the Elite beat Death Triangle, to have Pac turn on Penta and Rey Fenix, because it was built up to that point. They were building Pac's heel turn all the way till full gear, and only for it to be ruined, only for it to not happen. Why did they have Death Triangle retain the AEW Trios championships, I will never fucking know. I hope to God we're not getting a House of Black and Death Triangle feud again. I hope that's not where they're going. We don't need to see that. We need to see the Elite House of Black feud. We want to see Elite defending their AEW Trios Championships against House of Black, not Death Triangle defending their AEW Trios Championships against House of Black. You know what I mean? For that match. I've shown a couple of times already. It's time we see new trios. It's time we start seeing fresh new trios matches, man. Instead of the same old trios matches over and over and over again. We need to be seeing fresh new matches, fresh new storylines. That is all we need to be seeing. And the shows need to be produced and written right, which they were for the pay-per-view. The matches were booked right, like they were supposed to. They were in good order. Rick Bucks was the referee, of course. Don Callis said on commentary, there was a loud welcome back chant. A loud fuck CM Punk chant broke out. Oh, man. I mean, this shouldn't surprise anybody that's watching my review, and this doesn't surprise me either. We knew the crowd was going to say that. We knew the crowd was going to end up chanting that eventually. I mean, this didn't shock me at all. I thought about it. I said, what if the crowd, I said to myself earlier, before the Full Gear pay-per-view, what if the crowd chants out, fuck CM Punk? Damn sure enough they did. I never thought, it didn't surprise me at all, man. It didn't. It was just hilarious in the way. It didn't really surprise me. You know, I knew they were going to do it eventually. But the crowd then followed that with a Tammer Colt Cabana chant in the ring. Pac spat in the face. He spit in the face of Omega, I guess, and then scored to ringside. Later, Nick performed a dive onto Pac at ringside. My throat is feeling weird, guys. I don't know if I opened the door and said something that, or if the cold got in my throat or not. I hope I don't got a sore throat, man, because that's what it's feeling like I got. And I haven't got those in a long freaking time. I haven't got those for a long time, dude. So it's feeling like, though. That is what it's feeling like. It's not feeling right at all, and that's not good. But anyway. Later, Nick performed a dive onto Pac at ringside. He got a drink from a fan and asked what was in it before he took a swig. Omega checked in later, performed a Snapdragon suplex on Pac and Penta. So then, Matt performed a DDT. But then followed up with a flip dive onto both men at ringside, landing on his feet. Matt performed a DDT on Phoenix on the apron. Yikes! Oh boy, man. God damn. Nick caught Penta on the ropes and then performed a Hurricane Rana. That sent Penta, Cero Miedo into a group of wrestlers at ringside, which drew holy shit chants. Back in the ring, Death Triangle caught all three Elite members and performed stamina-less tombstone power drivers. Phoenix splashed Omega. Penta took out Matt with a destroyer. Phoenix took out Nick with a cutter. A bloody Pac performed a corkscrew dive onto Omega and then locked him into the brutalizer. So then Nick returned to break up the submission hold. Moments later, the Lucha Bros performed stereo dives onto the Bucks at ringside. So then returned to the ring. Pac tossed him the ring bell hammer. Phoenix threw it back to Pac and then ate a V-trigger knee from Omega. And then Matt held Pac at ringside while Omega got a near fall on Phoenix. A Fight Forever chant broke out. The Elite members hit a triple BTE trigger on Phoenix and had him beat. Wow, I would like to see how the hell he had him beat. I'll get to see it, don't worry. Pac returned to break up the pin. Pac grabbed the ring bell hammer again. Again, he did. Seemed like he did again. Oh, yeah, he did. I was right. Okay, he did. I wanted to check to make sure. Because if I'm wrong, I'm going to admit that I'm wrong. Now, Phoenix hit Omega with the hammer and then rolled him into a pin and got the 3 count. I'm guessing not only this turns Pac heel, but this turns Penta and Rey Fenix heel as well. After the match, Excalibur said that Phoenix appeared to be upset with himself. However, Pac spoke to Phoenix, who was then all smiles. I guess this turns Penta and Rey Fenix heel. So I'm guessing Pac is not going to turn heel on them after all. From the looks of it. I don't know. They could be, the AEW could be clickbaiting us like WWE does. They could be clickbaiting us. It could still legitimately happen. But at a different AEW pay-per-view or a different show. Now, this was a wild spot fest. You had to know it would be. You guys that's watching the stream, that's watching my review, you had to know it to be, man. You had to know it would be. This crowd loved the Elite. You know, I have to wonder, did some of the fans have anti-chants? I got that. Did they legitimately have anti-Elite chants had Punk been the one working the show while the Elite members were left at home? You guys, what do you guys think of that? I guess we'll never know, man. The match was entertaining. The finish in that, it keeps the Elite in chasing, you know. It wasn't really too bad. It keeps the Elite in chase mode rather than just having, you know, them regain titles on night one, which would have made sense to me. I mean, I don't know how you would not have the Elite regain the titles. I mean, this would have signified a heel turn for Pac. That's why I said it legitimately made sense to me. I don't know why they went the other route. Why did they have to do that? Why? I don't get it. The right decision would have been beating Death Triangle to have Pac turn on Rey Fenix and Penta. We could have got a 2-on-1 feud. Could have Pac feuding with Rey Fenix and Penta. We could have got Pac versus Penta, Pac versus Rey Fenix. Jesus Christ, I don't mind seeing them throw it down. I don't mind seeing Pac versus Penta, Pac versus Rey Fenix. I don't mind seeing the storyline between those three. Jesus Christ. Maybe they'll do a storyline where we'll see Pac versus Penta, Rey Fenix for a pay-per-view. I don't know, man. I'm just guessing, man. I don't know. That's just me. Either way, entertaining. You know, it will be very interesting to see what type of reaction Omega and the Young Bucks get when Dynamite is in Chicago. I will be live for Dynamite this Wednesday night. Yes, folks, I will be live for Dynamite this Wednesday night. I'll be live for the watch along and the review. because I'm going to be working morning shift this Wednesday, and I will already have, and I can tell you right now, hopefully by Tuesday, I should have Dynamite scheduled, either by Tuesday or by Monday. I'm scheduling it today. The only things I'm scheduling is my SmackDown review, my AEW Sunday night news live stream, and Monday Night Raw review. If Monday Night Raw delivers this week, we know NXT's not delivering. I'm not doing an NXT review. Can't wait to see JD stream Modern Warfare 2 again. I can't wait for him to entertain us and make us laugh like he always do. He's the greatest at what he does. Shout outs to JD, man. I saw his Dynamite review, or not Dynamite review, but AEW Full Gear review. I saw his Full Gear review. It was great. Great as always. I mean, he's the greatest. I mean, what else do you want me to say? I got nothing negative to say about the man. Really. But either way, guys, like I was saying about the 6-man tag team match for the AEW Trios Championships, the EVPs were huge in this. You know, it was a successful return for the trio. You know, I'm pretty sure some of you guys didn't catch what happened to Pac. It might be possible that he broke his nose. Maybe. I don't know. You guys will find out whenever I go live for my SmackDown review. Hopefully do. If I see some news on Pac, I'll give it out. If I don't, oh well. But I will be giving out your WWE and AEW Saturday afternoon news after the SmackDown review this afternoon. So those of you that haven't seen SmackDown, you better be in the live chats for it, because I'm going to be reviewing SmackDown. I don't care who's in the chat, who's not in the chat. I'm going to be reviewing. I do care about what my audience want and what my audience want to see on my channel. I do care about what content my YouTube subscribers and IWN community fans want to see. I do care. I really do, legitimately. You can tell how serious I'm not laughing. A video package set up the TBS title match. Yeah. This might have been the worst match on the card. I don't think I watched the video clip on this match and I immediately clicked off of it. I had to fucking click off of it, man. I didn't really enjoy this match. I really didn't. It was not that good. And it's not their fault. It's just the lazy booking in this match. It's the lazy booking in this match and the way this match was written and produced. Simple. They got to do better with these women's matches, AEW does. They really do, man. That's the one thing they need to improve on. Booking, how they book and write and produce the women's matches. But we have Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero, Marina Shafir for the TBS title. And let's be honest, if Tony Khan had better producers and writers, better management, maybe the women's matches would be great. Maybe the women's matches would be better off with better writers, producers. This is one of the reasons why I say Tony Khan needs to start hiring a general manager, executive director, producers, and writers for AEW. Better producers and writers for AEW, for that matter. I feel like the women's division and the women's shows would be even better with better writers, producers, management, general managers, and an executive director. Tony Khan needs to follow the Triple H thing. He needs to do what Triple H is doing, basically. And I'm sure him and Triple H are pretty good pals. I'm sure they get along in lots of ways. when it comes to professional wrestling, when it comes to what? When it comes to giving the fans what they want to see and what they want to hear. What they want to know, of course. This is like Ringside News. They give us the news that we want to see, that we want to read, that we want to give out to our audience. I'm talking about us younger YouTube content creators like myself, you know. Wrestling YouTube content creators like myself. But anyways, back to this TBS title match. Before the match, Rose hit Hogan at ringside. Cargill attacked Rose and then threw her inside the ring to start the match. Knows I'm holding my throat. It's not feeling right. I don't know what is wrong with it. Rose eventually took off control and performed a running splash that led to a 2 count. Rose followed up with a cannonball splash in the corner. That was a very good cannonball splash. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw that on one of the clips. Cargill railed and then went to the ropes. Cargill leaped from the middle rope. Rose put her boot up. And then Rose put Cargill down with a neck breaker. He got a 2 count. Rose hit Cargill draped over the top rope when she performed a knee drop from the ropes. Rose covered Cargill for a 2 count. Cargill came back by hitting Rose with her own Beast Bomb move. It got a 2 count. Cargill went for Jade, but Rose rolled through. Jade did the same and got a 2 count. Rose said it was bowling shoe ugly, but Cargill got a near fall out of it. Rose came right back with Cargill's jaded finisher for a good near fall. Rose went up top, went for a swanton, which Cargill avoided it. Cargill hit Rose with a big boot and then hit the jaded and got the 3 count. And just like that, Jade Cargill retains the TBS championship again. I gotta be honest. This match was this match was the worst match on the Full Gear card. It's not Jade Cargill's fault. It's not Nyla Rose's fault. It's simply AEW and Tony Khan. It's simply the way they produce and write and book the women's matches. It's that simple. They got to do better with that. They got to stop booking lame matches like this. It's doing no good. It's making the talents like Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose look like a bunch of complete embarrassments in the ring, man. It's making them look like idiots. It's making them look like losers out there. It's making them look like, it's making them feel like they're wasting their own time in the ring going at it against each other. I really feel bad for female talents like Jade who are getting booked and used on TV like complete fucking dog shit, man. This is not right. This is not right. I hope women like Jade Cargill are starting to see that and go to AEW management, Tony Khan, and the producers, writers, and be like, why are you guys booking us women, booking us females, and using us like dog shit on TV? Like, I don't understand. This is not right. This is ridiculous. And that's what AEW thinks that's how you book a fucking match like that? Really? Like, this match was straight up fucking lame, dude. Like, it made people not want to watch the fucking show. I bet you this match put a lot of the people in the crowd to sleep. I guarantee you, this women's match put the crowd to sleep. And you know what? You have to feel sorry for these two being asked to follow those first 2 matches. I mean, really? Really, man? The match was rough in spots. Rose got more offense in on Cargill than anyone else has. And it's a damn shame they did such a lousy build to this fucking match that focused on a stolen title belt. You fucking serious? This shit sucks, dude. Really? Oh my God. It's not Nyla Rose or Cargill's fault. It's AEW and the way they booked, produced, and write this match. The way they booked and produced and written this match like complete, utterly trash, man. Really. Poor Jade Cargill, man. They need to do better with her, man. Seriously. She's doing better, but they're not doing better with her. She needs real competition. She needs real competition, man. She needs a real opponent. Kayla Rossi. That's who she needs to be defending it against. Kayla Rossi. I said it for weeks. I said her name for weeks, man. Where's Kayla Rossi, dude? Why is Kayla Rossi not feuding with Jade Cargill? I mean, they're fitness buddies. They're best friends. They've had photo shoots together. And somebody told me she was the protege of Jade Cargill. You don't think Kayla Rossi wants to get in the ring and have a match against Jade Cargill? That'd be a hell of a fucking match, man. I would love to see these two stare at each other, man. That would be a great rivalry, man. That'd be a great feud in the women's division. They had to build up Kayla Rossi first before they could put her in that feud with Jade Cargill. Give her a few matches, see how she does. She does great. Put her in the fucking feud with Jade Cargill. Give Kayla Rossi a championship match. That's why she fucking left in the first place, because she realized how awful she was used on Dark and Elevation. They wouldn't use her. All they would do is book her in useless fucking squash matches. That's it. That's all they do. They wouldn't put her in actual matches, actual competitional matches. I think Kayla Rossi felt like AEW wasn't using her right. That's why that's part why she fucking left AEW in the first place. If somebody is not being used right and they ask for the release, Tony Khan needs to let them go. It's that simple. These female wrestlers on the AEW rosters are being used on TV like dog shit because of AEW and Tony Khan, man. And that is why Kayla Rossi, that's one of the reasons why Kayla Rossi left. Now she's back on Dark and Elevation. She's getting wins over Ashley. I'm sure you know who that is. She fine as hell. But she didn't, she's getting wins over talents like Ashley. I wonder what match they're going to put Kayla Rossi in this time on Dark and Elevation. They got to keep building her up. If they want Jade Cargill to drop that title, they need to have her drop it to Kayla Rossi. That's all I'm saying. All right? I'm not saying nothing else. You guys know why I'm saying it. So, don't even. Anyways, as I was saying, they really did such a lousy build. This was such a complete garbage build, man, to this match that focused on a stolen title belt. A stolen car, rather than making Rose feel like a legit freaking monster, man. And the biggest threat, Cargill. Instead, she felt like the biggest letdown to Cargill. Oh, man, that's the most hilarious thing about it. She was a letdown to Cargill because she lost. She was a complete loser in that match. Period. Man, I can't believe I'm saying what Kiera Hogan says. Period. Cargill got more near falls than anyone. Really? Really? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Pretty sure Nyla Rose got more pitfalls than Cargill. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh my God. If they know this, if AEW knew that people were going to be shitting on the match, saying the match sucked, the build was fucking trash, why did they fucking book this match in the first place? Why did they book this match on the pay-per-view? If they know that the geek fans in the community was going to be shitting on this match. If they knew young YouTube content creators like me was going to be talking negative about this match. At the end of the day, it's AEW and Tony Khan, man. It's not Cargill and Nyla Rose's fault. It's AEW, Tony Khan, and the producers and writers that he's got. And the people that's booking this shit. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to move on. Now, folks, keep in mind here that the only one the fans seemed to buy into was when she hit Cargill with Jade, which was a well-executed near fall. That was the only best thing about the damn match, was that fucking well-executed Jade that Nyla Rose hit. That was it. Everything else was just a complete letdown. It's a complete waste of everyone's time. This was easily the only worst match on the AEW Full Gear card, on the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view. So a video, the Ring of Honor championship match. We got Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson versus Claudio Castagnoli versus Sammy Guevara in a four-way for the Ring of Honor championship. Bobby Cruz was the ring announcer for the Ring of Honor match. Oh, and you better believe I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. Yo, JD, nobody watches that shit, bro. Nobody watches that, man. Nobody gives a shit about Impact, man. You better believe Impact is booking matches like Nyla Rose versus Jade Cargill in a terrible, terrible, lazy, negative booking way. You better believe. I mean, how many crowds, how many fans did they got in attendance for Impact? 2? 3? Nobody's watching that shit, man. Nobody's watching Impact, dude. Nobody gives a shit about Impact. Talk about one of the worst wrestling promotions in modern day era. Yeah. I don't even want it's still making me laugh. It still makes me want to laugh. It really does. Really. If you watch Impact, go to hell. That shit sucks. Nobody's watching that. I'm telling you right now. If you rather watch Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose than all of the Impact matches booked on Impact, yeah, good for you. Good for you. But if you rather watch all the matches booked on Impact than Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose, you gotta be a sore loser. I don't want to watch any of the matches. I'd rather watch all the other matches that are booked on the AEW Full Gear card than Nyla Rose versus Jade Cargill and the Impact matches on Impact Wrestling on Access TV, not to mention. Jesus Christ, dude. The match between Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose gets an L from me. I'm sorry. This shit sucked. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure JD and his fan base can agree with me on this one. Jesse would agree with me on it. a video package championship match. This was fantastic. I saw it in the video clip. Wow, man. This was another one of the best matches on the pay-per-view. Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson stole the fucking show. Last week's episode of Dynamite, we saw Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara. Oh, goodness. That match between them two, oh my God. Them two have so much chemistry in the ring. It's not even funny. Buddy Cruz was the ring announcer for the Ring of Honor match. And Ricaboni sat on commentary. Who is that? I guess that's a Ring of Honor commentary. Or should I say a Ring of Honor commentator is Ian Ricaboni. Anyway. Guevara came out in a cap that Danhausen probably would have rejected. Then from the Masked Singer entered to Julius and brought his baseball bat to the ring with him. So Danielson and Castagnoli ended up clearing the ring and shook hands, blasting each other with uppercuts. They ended up going back and forth, pinned, until Jericho returned to the ring, broke one up to Castagnoli. Danielson and Castagnoli put Jericho in a two-man Boston Crab. I'm sure you guys know what a Boston Crab is. I mean, I should have to tell you. You should already know. Guevara went up top, and then Danielson and Castagnoli awkwardly stood and watched as he jumped off and hit them with a double cutter on the way down. Jericho hugged Guevara, who received some F.U. Sammy's chants. Jesus Christ. They probably said that because of the backstage heat between Sammy Guevara and Andrade, possibly. Maybe that's why they said that in the arena. Maybe that's why they said, fuck you, Sammy, in the arena. I don't know. That's just me guessing. That's just my opinion about it. Jericho targeted the injured eye of Danielson. Guevara shoved Danielson to Jericho, who performed a Death Valley driver. Jericho pointed at Guevara, who stood and watched while Jericho covered Danielson for a 2 count. Jericho worked over Danielson in the corner. Guevara moved Jericho aside and then took his turn working over Danielson, which Jericho applauded. Jericho whipped Guevara into Danielson. They tried it a second time. Danielson moved and then put both men on their knees and threw kicks at them. Danielson connected with his grand final kicks on both men and covered Guevara for a 2 count. So then Guevara put Danielson down. He put Danielson down with a standing Spanish fly. Jericho hit both men with a lion salt and then covered Danielson for a near fall. Castagnoli returned and put Jericho down with a gut wrench suplex. Oh, you want to know who else doesn't watch Impact besides me? JD. He doesn't watch Impact either. Nobody. It sucks. I just want to mention it again, man, because it's freaking hilarious, dude. I like when he says nobody watches Impact. Nobody gives a shit about Impact because it's true. It's true, man. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. You better believe that. Castagnoli went for a springboard move, but Jericho hit both men with a lion salt and then covered Danielson for a near fall. Castagnoli a gut wrench suplex. Castagnoli went for a springboard move, but Jericho hit him with a code breaker on the way down. So then Jericho covered Castagnoli, and then Guevara returned to the ring and pulled Jericho off of Castagnoli. Jericho got up and shoved Guevara, who shut him back. They traded forearm shots, and Guevara lit up Jericho with chops in the corner. We knew eventually Jericho and Sammy Guevara was going to go at it. I mean, clearly, them pushing each other was leading to a fight between the two. So Guevara ran into a big boot, but he came right back by putting Jericho down with a code breaker that led to a near fall. Guevara tried to put Jericho in the walls of Jericho. Jericho spun out of the hold and then put Jericho in the walls of Jericho instead. Danielson leaped from the top rope, but Jericho released the hold and caught Danielson and put him in the walls of Jericho. Castagnoli turned to the ring and threw a boot at Jericho, who didn't realize, or should I say didn't release the hold. Castagnoli kicked Jericho again, but Jericho maintained the hold. Castagnoli finally made Jericho break the hold and then put him in a sharpshooter. And then while out in the hold, Jericho crawled over and covered Danielson, who set up at 2 and then put Jericho in the label lock while Castagnoli still had the sharpshooter applied. Guevara returned and kicked Castagnoli and Danielson to break the holds. Jericho stood up and hugged Guevara, who then hoisted up Jericho and hit him with the GTH. Guevara followed up with a shooting star press from the top rope for a great near fall. Guevara threw elbows to the neck of Danielson and then who no-sold them and stood up. Danielson slapped Guevara, shot him over to Castagnoli, who pressed Guevara and tossed him onto Jericho at ringside. Danielson blasted Castagnoli with a running knee and covered him for another great near fall. Danielson threw elbows to the side. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He threw elbows to the side. All right. Yeah, sure he did. Sure he did. You don't think it, right? Anyways, Guevara threw elbows to the neck of Danielson. And then no-sold them, stood up. I did say that Danielson slapped Guevara and then shot him over to Castagnoli, who pressed Guevara, tossed him onto Jericho at ringside. Danielson blasted Castagnoli with a running knee. I sound like a robot at that time. I'm pretty sure you guys were probably laughing. Covered him for another great near fall. Oh no, I don't want to sound like Charlotte Flair. Reboot, reboot, reboot. No, I won't sound like that. Danielson threw elbows to the side of Castagnoli's head. Castagnoli caught his arm. Castagnoli threw elbows at Danielson, who countered into a position to throw more elbows. Castagnoli came right back with a uppercut attempt. Danielson hooked him in a backslide for a near fall. Castagnoli turned down inside out with a lariat and got a near fall. Both men stayed down and the crowd applauded. They probably applauded like this, like chipmunks. Danielson and Castagnoli ended up fighting for position on the ropes. Guevara returned and hit a cutter on Castagnoli. Guevara performed ropes, Spanish fly, who countered into a label lock. Jericho returned to the ring and broke the hold by hitting Danielson. Jericho performed a springboard dropkick that sent Danielson to the floor. Castagnoli clotheslined Jericho over the ropes. They both tumbled to ringside. Castagnoli ran Jericho into the barricade and followed him with uppercuts. Danielson dove off the apron at Castagnoli, who caught him and gave him a neutralizer on the floor. Guevara performed a shooting star press off the top rope onto Castagnoli on the floor. Guevara threw Castagnoli back inside the ring and performed a dive on him. So then Castagnoli caught Guevara and hit him with a pop-up uppercut that led to another 2 count. Castagnoli set up for a move, but Guevara caught him in a pin and used the ropes for leverage. But Castagnoli still kicked out. Castagnoli pinned, or should I say Castagnoli performed the swing on Guevara. Jericho returned and ended up going for the Judas effect and landed on Guevara. Jericho got up and performed the effect and then pinned him. This was a hell of a fatal 4-way match. I saw it in the clips. I read the results. Clear as day. I read the results clear as day, man. It looked like the finish may have been pushed, but they improvised by having Jericho hit the Julius effect on Castagnoli a second time. Even if that's the case, it didn't look bad because Jericho landed on Guevara for the first time, which played into friction. And it looked like he may have basically grazed Castagnoli with the elbow, and it was hard to tell from the camera angle. Whatever they had in mind may have been color had they pulled it off. But it really didn't take away from the match. This was fun. And all 4 wrestlers really delivered. A video package set up the Saraya versus Britt Baker match. So Saraya's brother, Zach Zodiac, was shown in the crowd prior to the match. There was a welcome back chant. Baker put Saraya down with a shoulder block. Saraya held the back of her neck. She then held her left arm at her side and shook her hand. Baker smirked, but then Saraya stood up and smiled before locking up again. Saraya caught Baker with a kick. Baker rolled to the floor. Saraya went for a slide kick that Baker avoided. Baker pulled Saraya under the bottom rope, gave her a draping neck breaker on the floor. Zodiac shouted encouragement to his sister from his nearby seat. Baker picked up Saraya and dragged her toward Zodiac to taunt him. Baker threw Saraya back inside the ring and then blew a kiss to the camera. Baker covered Saraya for a 2 count. Baker remained on the offensive and pulled out a glove for her finisher. Saraya threw some punches at Baker, who then put her down with a neck breaker. Baker threw shots to Saraya's neck and then choked her. Saraya escaped and rolled to the floor. Baker stood up on the apron and looked to the crowd, should I say. Saraya caught Baker in the electric chair position, dropped her face first onto the mat. Saraya drove off the apron at Baker on the floor, then rolled her back inside the ring, covered her for a 2 count. Baker remained on the offensive and pulled out a glove for her finisher. Saraya threw some punches at Baker, who then put her down with a net breaker. Baker threw shots. She threw shots. I'm not talking about private party shots. I'm not talking about shots. Olino! I ain't talking about that. She actually threw legitimate shots at Saraya's neck and then choked her. Saraya escaped and rolled up to the floor. Baker stood up on the apron and looked to the crowd. Saraya caught Baker in the electric chair position and dropped her face first onto the mat. Saraya dove off the apron at Baker on the floor and then rolled her back inside the ring and covered her for a 2 count. So then, Baker remained on the offensive and pulled out a glove for her finisher. Saraya threw some punches at Baker, who then put her down with a net breaker. Baker threw shots. She threw shots to Saraya's neck. Choked her. Escaped, rolled to the floor. Baker stood on the apron, looked at the crowd. Saraya caught Baker in the electric chair position, dropped her face first into the mat. So we also know that Saraya drove off the apron at Baker on the floor, then rolled her back inside the ring and covered her for a 2 count. Baker remained on the offensive, pulled out a glove for her finisher. Saraya threw some punches at Baker. Saraya escaped, rolled to the floor. Baker stood on the apron and looked to the crowd. Saraya caught Baker in the electric chair position, dropped her face first onto the mat, and then Saraya drove off the apron at Baker on the floor, and then rolled back inside the ring, and then covered her for a 2 count, another 2 count, basically. So then Baker regained offensive control, stomped Saraya to the mat for covering her for a 2 count. Baker put Saraya on the turnbuckle and then went to the middle rope. Saraya fought back, ended up forming a sunset bomb for a 2 count. Saraya followed up with a nice DDT for a near fall. Yeah, she legitimately did a nice DDT for a near fall, man. Not kidding. A short time later, Baker performed a ripcord elbow strike, and then Baker performed another net breaker. Baker performed the stomp and then covered Baker for another near fall. Saraya rallied with a running knee to the head and got a 2 count. Saraya performed 2 more DDTs and then covered Baker for the win. I still can't get off of the fact that I said, yo, JD, nobody watches Impact because nobody watches that shit. After the match, Saraya was emotional, and she went to ringside and hugged her brother. She also stopped and shook hands with a smiling Doc Samson at ringside. Saraya went to the stage and took a bow before heading to the back. Well, check this out. The important thing is that Saraya was able to return to the ring and seemed to make it through without any issues. Congratulations to Saraya. Now, unfortunately, the match was nothing special, and the crowd wasn't nearly as hot as it should have been. The match quality probably had something to do with it. Now, you got to also blame the terrible build heading to this match. It was such an easy story to tell with Saraya returning to the ring after a 5-year injury layoff. to face the top heel in the division. But then again, I still think this story, this feud was great, and I'm going to tell you guys why. I'm going to give you some answers to why here in the end of the review. So the top heels felt the need to, portray herself as a babyface during her promos, presumably because she felt slighted by Saraya downplaying her accomplishments. Now, no matter the cause, they blurred the lines. They did blur the lines and made it feel like it was WWE versus AEW for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Am I the only one that's feeling like that? Really? They made this much more kind of confusing for the fans than it ever should have been. Too bad. Oh, well. Oh, well, man. I think Britt Baker and Saraya delivered well at the same time. I'm going to tell you guys why at the end when I guys my real thoughts on the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view, which is going to put a smile on most of the AEW fans' faces. And I'm pretty sure it's going to put a smile on some of the podcasters and some of the wrestling young YouTube content creators' faces too. Jon Moxley was shown warming up with Wheeler Yuta. When Regal watched a video package set up the TNT title match, something told me in my mind, I was thinking, what if William Regal turns on Jon Moxley? And sure enough, it happened. And we're going to go over that match here in a bit. I knew it was going to happen. It didn't shock me. It didn't shock me that William Regal turned on Jon Moxley. It didn't really surprise me at all. Now, we got Wardlow versus Samoa Joe versus Powerhouse Hobbs in a three-way match for the TNT title. In other words, it was a triple threat match for the TNT title. That's what I'm trying to say. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. Several minutes into the match, Joe dove onto both opponents who were on the floor. Joe set up for a move, and he set up a move on Wardlow. But Hobbs performed a running shoulder block that pretty much drove Joe into the barricade. Back inside the ring, Hobbs put Wardlow down with a spine buster for a near fall. Hobbs tried to hoist up Wardlow, who slipped away. Wardlow powerbombed Hobbs twice. Wardlow looked to the crowd and then down at Samoa Joe, who was at ringside. Then after that, so when Samoa Joe was at ringside, he powerbombed Hobbs again. Wardlow went for another powerbomb. But Joe returned and hit him from behind. Joe put Hobbs in the coquina clutch and got the win. This was an awkward win for Samoa Joe because it seemed like he would have put Wardlow in the coquina clutch more than he put Powerhouse Hobbs in the coquina clutch. It should have been Wardlow. Wardlow should have been in that coquina clutch. Powerhouse Hobbs and Samoa Joe are both heels. Why do you have Samoa Joe putting a heel in a coquina clutch? I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's almost like they didn't care. It's almost like they lazily booked this fucking match. And you know what I mean by this match was lazy booking. It's almost like the match was legitimately lazy booking in the end. This was not a good decision at all to put that title on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe already title? Why does he need another title? Why? Why? That TNT championship should have easily been won by Powerhouse Hobbs, but no! They wanted to fucking waste and bury him on pay-per-view. Like what WWE did with Gunther, right? Sort of like what WWE did with Apollo Crews, right? Sort of like what WWE did with Mustafa Ali, right? When Vince Russo was in charge, right? Sort of like what they did with Andrade and Aleister Black back in the Black and Gold days, when they were on the main roster, getting wasted on television at the hands of Vince and Bruce. You gotta be kidding. This shit sucks. I feel bad for Powerhouse, dude. Powerhouse, I felt like Hobbs was built up to that point. He absolutely deserved to become the new TNT champion. I think Powerhouse Hobbs deserved to win more than Samoa Joe. I think it's Powerhouse Hobbs time now. I think Wardlow should have been. I think it should have been Wardlow dropping that TNT championship to Powerhouse Hobbs. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. I was also hoping that Hobbs getting that title shot meant that he was in for a strong fucking push. But it turned out to be a fucking, it turned out to be a complete fucking waste. And it turned out to be a complete waste of people's time. It turned out to be a complete letdown. And it also turned out that there to take the fucking pin. Joe becoming a double champion, I'm not going to say it's not bad of a choice, but it's kind of just awkward. Just kind of weird. Weird choice, man. It's an interesting choice, but it's a weird kind of choice at the same time. Maybe I should have just fucking merged the goddamn title belts, man. I mean, really. I don't know how anybody would be interested to see how Joe playing those titles in AEW and Ring of Honor too. I don't know how anybody would legitimately be interested to see what Joe holding those titles in AEW Ring of Honor leads to. How? You know, I'm also curious and wondering, and I have to question, what's coming next for Wardlow now that he's dropped the TNT title? Is Wardlow going to request his release after this? Is he going to request his release? WWE after this? I mean, the possibilities are endless, dude. I mean, you gotta wonder how Wardlow's got to be feeling about this. I mean, he's got to be fucking mad at AEW management for this. This seemed like one of the worst fucking decisions ever to even put that title on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe didn't need 2 titles. He only needed the Ring of Honor championship. If they wanted to put the TNT championship on a better champion, it should have been Powerhouse Hobbs. That's all I'm saying, dude. Really. At this point, I felt like Wardlow's title reign was a complete waste of his time. Really. I feel like his title reign was a complete waste. His run was a complete waste, man. That's what I felt like for Wardlow. I feel like for him, his TNT title run was a straight up and complete waste. All right? That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel. I'm going to move on. Tony Schiavone interviewed Chris Jericho. Jack Hauger standing behind him. Schiavone brought up the decision between Jericho and Guevara. Jericho called it competitiveness and said he expected it and appreciates it. Jericho labeled Guevara a future world champion. Jericho said he's still the greatest champion of all time. Orange Cassidy and Danhausen entered the picture. I like saying it like that because it makes people laugh. Cassidy said his good friend Ishii wants a title shot and has earned it. He wants to face Jericho on AEW Dynamite. Jericho looked into the camera and said Ishii should carry his luggage and shine his shoes. Jericho said he still thinks of Ishii as a young boy and said that if Ishii wants a shot, he has it. After Jericho walked away, so who's booking these fucking AEW All Atlantic and Ring of Honor Championship matches? That's what I want to know. So why is Ishii getting 2 AEW Championship opportunities, man? How is Ishii getting 2 championship matches? How? What has Ishii done to earn 2 championships? Oh, that's right. That's right. The answer is nothing. The guy's from Japan, yet he did nothing to earn those 2 championship matches. So they just randomly gave him 2 championship matches. Right? What is AEW doing with this All Atlantic Championship? This is what I want to know. I don't understand it. There's a lot of things going on here, man, in AEW, man, that I don't understand. I mean, I know they're a young company, but Jesus Christ, man. You really giving this Japanese wrestler 2 championship matches? An AEW All Atlantic Championship match, let alone a Ring of Honor Championship match? Is this guy even from Ring of Honor? Seems like to me, he's more like from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't know. AEW doesn't know what the fuck they're doing anymore. I don't think AEW, Tony Khan, or his writers, producers know what the fuck they're doing. Even though this pay-per-view, this AEW Full Gear pay-per-view was still the greatest pay-per-view of all time. And the credit still goes to Tony Khan and AEW. They still need to improve some things, though. They still do. And Tony Khan still needs to do what I said on the reviews and watch-alongs, because I really think him hiring better writers, producers, executive director, and a general manager, really, all those people will really help him. As well as Jeff Jarrett, coming up with calendar event schedules, live event, AEW live events, and all that stuff. You know? But anyway, Hager asked Cassidy what was in his bag. Cassidy pulled out the AEW All Atlantic Championship belt and told Hager to come after it this week. A video package set up the next tag team match. Entrances for the match took place. Jay Lethal came out first, and then Jeff Jarrett had several hooded men wearing Sting masks follow him to the ring. Jarrett jawed with a fan and then shoved him before heading to the ring. The lights went out for a moment, and then there was a body bag on the stage. Lethal and the masked guys headed to the stage. Allin's music played. When Lethal got to the body bag, the smoke machines went off. Allin ran out, worked over Lethal and the masked man with his skateboard. We got Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt in a no count out, no disqualification match. Well, there was no need for Satnam Singh to be in the match. Tony Khan and AEW knew that. Sting popped up in the ring behind Jarrett who backed off. Sting and Allin roughed up Jarrett for a moment, and then Lethal made his way to the ring. Sting tossed Lethal off the top rope on the edge of the apron for a PCO bump. Allin and Jarrett brawled into the crowd, and then Sting and Lethal did the same. Allin, I'll tell you guys something. Allin suplexed Jarrett in the area below the stage. Allin went to the back and brought back a ladder, which he actually set up on the stage. Allin climbed the ladder and then basically went for a coffin drop, but Satnam Singh caught him and then brought him to the stage and slammed him down. A short time later, Sting threw Lethal from the area above the main floor, but Singh caught him. Sting dove off the handrail onto Satnam Singh. Jarrett brought Allin to ringside and ran him into the ring steps. Sting dragged Lethal back to the ring. I don't know why they need Satnam Singh. He didn't need to be out there. Singh got involved again by chokeslamming Sting in the middle of the ring. Allin fought with Lethal while Sting recovered in his corner. Jarrett wanted to hit Allin with guitar, but he stopped short when Allin put Lethal in front of him. Allin put Lethal down and went for a coffin drop, but Jarrett hit him with the guitar on the way down. Allin kept up and pounded his chest, which got a rise out of the crowd. Allin worked over Jarrett and Lethal and hit them with a springboard double elbow move. Sting got back to his feet. Singh returned to the ring and went for a splash, but Sting moved. Sting struggled to get the big man down for a scorpion death drop. Allin whipped to the ropes and dove onto Singh, who then took the scorpion death drop, should I say. Lethal went for a lethal injection, but Sting caught him with a rough scorpion death drop on the way down. Allin hit a coffin drop on Lethal and pinned him. A mildly entertaining garbage brawl match, if you will. The fans still love Sting. Now, I'm sure you guys originally thought that the heels would go over to give Sting and Allin something to avenge. I'm still guessing we haven't seen the last of this feud. A video package set up the interim AEW Women's Championship match. Oh, man, this is what I've been waiting on, bro. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to talk about this. So we got Toni Storm defending her AEW interim women's championship against Jamie Hayter. The broadcast team noted that Hayter wanted to do things on her own, so Britt would not be in her corner for the match. Good. Awesome. She didn't need Britt back in no way. She didn't need Britt back in her corner no way for this match. I absolutely agree. There were dueling chants for both wrestlers, with the Hayter chants winning out. Storm and Hayter had a nice early exchange where they both avoided big move attempts. Storm drop kicked Hayter, who ended up on the apron. Storm hit her with a hip attack that knocked Hayter to ringside. Now, this is the match I love the most out of all of the other matches. I'm telling you right now. Storm followed to the floor and got the better of Hayter. Storm threw 2 chops at Hayter, who avoided the third, causing Storm to chop the ring post. Hayter rolled Storm inside the ring and went on the offensive. Hayter threw Storm to the referee called Hayter on pulling Storm's hair. Hater took a swat at referee Paul Turner's hair. Oh, man. Then shook his hand while using her foot to do more damage to Storm. That's funny. The tide turned and Storm hit a hip attack in the corner. Storm followed up with a crossbody block from the ropes for a 2 count. Storm bled from the nose or from the nose or mouth, should I say. Rebuild ran out. Hater got Storm down near the ropes and threw punches at her. When the referee pulled Hater back, Rebuild hit Storm with the title belt. Hater hit Storm with a sliding lariat for a near fall. Rebuild climbed onto the apron with the title belt. The referee ejected Rebuild from ringside. Storm put Hater down with a lariat, got a near fall. Storm went for a hip attack, but Hater moved, causing Storm to tumble to the floor. Britt Baker showed up and stomped Hater on the title belt. Wait a minute. You mean Hater stomped Toni Storm on the title belt, IWN? I don't know what you was thinking. Anyways, Baker rolled Storm back inside the ring. Hater hit Storm with her own Storm Zero finisher for a good near fall. Fans booed over Hater not getting the pin. Storm came back with a Storm Zero of her own, but Hater also kicked out. Sort of like Nyla Rose hitting Jade Cargill with Jade Cargill's own finisher, and Jade Cargill hitting Nyla Rose with Nyla Rose's own finisher. Right? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just something I came up with. Baker climbed onto the apron. Storm was setting up for a Texas cloverleaf, but she opted to knock Baker off the apron instead. Hater performed a Uranagi slam onto her knee. It covered Storm for another good near fall. A short time later, Baker removed one of the turnbuckle pads. Storm sent Hater into the crowd, or into the corner. I wish she did send her into the crowd. The crowd would be hyped seeing them fighting in the crowd. Can you imagine Jamie Hater and Toni Storm fighting in the crowd? Oh my God, that'd be brilliant. That'd be fantastic. That would almost be like a fucking Falls Count Anywhere match, right? Them fighting in the crowd? Man, I don't know. Something to think about, man. Possibilities are endless, man, in AEW. Storm sent Hater into the corner, and Hater collided with Baker. Jesus Christ. Did she really collide with Baker? Storm grabbed Hater from behind, but Hater countered and shoved Storm into the exposed turnbuckle. Hater hit a ripcord lariat and scored the pin. Oh, man. I was right, though, but I was wrong, says the geeks in the community. No, I was right. Clearly, I knew this was coming. I knew this was fucking coming, dude. I was right again. I've been saying it for weeks that Jamie Hater is going to beat Toni Storm to become the new AEW Interim Champion. Sure enough, it happened. Now, the fact that she's wearing gold, her gold color matches my fucking YouTube channel profile logo, which is IWN, my YouTube channel logo on my profile. My YouTube channel name logo is colored gold and black. She wore gold, black, and white. Interesting, right? Yeah, I know, man. Let's be honest. I'm going to say this very, very simply, easily. Jamie Hayter should have already been the AEW Interim Women's Champion. Let me tell you why. Okay. So, remember the AEW All Out Fatal 4-Way match? Okay, so remember when Thunder Rosa defended her AEW World Women's Championship against Jamie Hayter, Toni Storm, and Britt Baker? Okay, so remember when Jamie Hayter was supposed to win that match to become the new AEW Interim Women's Champion? You guys remember that, right? So, okay, so if she was pinning Toni Storm or Harashida, I would like to know why Britt Baker came in the ring and broke up the pin. That's what I want to know. Why did AEW, Tony Khan, management, writers, producers, have Britt Baker go in the ring and break up the pin? Why did they do that? Could somebody fully explain to me why they do that? Like, I really want to know. I legitimately want to know, man. Why the fuck did they do that? Why? Why? Jamie Hayter would have easily won that Fatal 4-Way match. Having Britt Baker not broke up the pin. If Britt Baker would have not broke up the pin, she would have already been AEW Interim Women's Champion. Which she should have already been. Now AEW wants to come up with the decision to have her win the AEW Women's Champion right at the last minute, when she should have already been AEW Interim Women's Champion. I think Jamie Hayter would say the same exact thing. Jamie Hayter would go back and watch the AEW All Out Women's Championship match. She would see Britt Baker breaking up that pin, and even she would say that had Britt Baker not broke up the pin, she would have been AEW Interim Women's Champion. I'm still mad about that till this day. Really. I'm happy for Jamie Hayter. I'm glad that she's the AEW Interim Women's Champion. I fussed about this. I preached about this for months. I said to AEW that they need to put that fucking AEW Interim Women's Championship on Jamie Hayter. It's Hayter's time. I've been saying it for months. It's Hayter's time. It's time for Jamie Hayter to be the AEW Interim Women's Champion. Legitimately made sense. The right decision would have been Jamie Hayter winning the AEW Interim Women's Championship at AEW All Out, not Full Gear. Not Full Gear. I'm sorry. Just throwing it out there. But I'm glad she's AEW Interim Women's Champion, because now, with Thunder Rosa come back, we can get Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter in a unification match to see who wins both titles. I think Jamie Hayter, it's safe to say Jamie Hayter's going to win both titles. Britt Baker in the Fatal 4-Way match at AEW All Out, Britt Baker legitimately cost Hayter the fucking pin. So I ask again, why did they have her go in the ring and cost Hayter the pin? How does anybody think that shit makes sense? That didn't make sense to me. What would have made more sense is to have Britt Baker let Hayter pin Toni Storm or Harashida to easily become the new AEW Interim Women's Champion. But no. You know they did the opposite. I just said what they did. I'm not going to repeat it again. I don't understand why they had Britt Baker break up that pin. I'll never forget it. I was so fucking mad. I'm still mad about that. Jamie Hayter should have already been AEW Interim Women's Champion since that All Out pay-per-view. After that All Out pay-per-view, if Jamie Hayter was Interim Women's Champion after that All Out pay-per-view, she would be defending that title. She would be defending that title, and she would probably have I'd say 30, 38 wins? She would be behind a little bit behind Jade Cargill's title reign number. Title reign number wins. But you know what? I'm glad they made a title change. Jamie Hayter deserves to be AEW Interim Women's Champion, whether the geeks online like it or not. The geeks, the Tony Storm geeks are crying now. Oh, she fucking lost. Well, deal with it. Now, let's be honest. Jamie Hayter deserved it more than Tony Storm anyway. And face it, she should have already been AEW Interim Women's Champion. They should have already had her win that title at All Out. All Out is when she should have been AEW Interim Women's Champion. Now they want to go to put the title on her right at Full Gear, when they should have put the title on her at All Out. She should have won that title. They should have had her won that title at All Out. That's all I'm saying. Why now, when you should have her win it at All Out? All Out would have been the right decision to have Jamie Hayter beat Baker, Sheeta, and Storm to win that AEW Interim Women's Championship. I'm glad that Hayter's the AEW Interim Women's Championship. Congratulations to Jamie Hayter. Now, this is going to lead to Thunder Rosa coming back, turning heel on Tony Storm. This is going to lead to a heel versus heel unification match. It's going to lead to Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter in a unification match. And it's going to have Jamie Hayter beating Thunder Rosa to unify both titles. That's the way to fucking go. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen right there. You need to book Jamie Hayter against Thunder Rosa. I'm getting Tony Storm mixed up with Thunder Rosa now. You need to have Jamie Hayter. You need to book Jamie Hayter versus Tony. I keep saying Tony. God damn it. Okay, guys. I think I'm going to get it right this time. Point is, now that Jamie Hayter is the AEW Interim Women's Champion, I'm so happy for her. I really am. I really am, man. I'm so happy for her. I'm a huge fan of Jamie Hayter and her work and what she does. She is great. She is fantastic. I could easily call her one of the greatest AEW female rising young stars in that AEW women's roster. She is fucking great. She looks great. She fine as hell. Fine as hell, man. Fine as fucking hell, man. I wish I was dating her right now. I really do. I still got a crush on her. I noticed she has a tongue piercing too. I saw her tongue piercing. That's something she got. Also, what I was going to say was that, now that Jamie Hayter, back to what I was saying about that, now that Jamie Hayter is AEW Interim Women's Champion, now you need to book Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter when Thunder Rosa comes back and turns heel on Tony Storm. You need to book Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter in the unification match. Have Jamie Hayter beat Thunder Rosa to unify both titles. That's what they should have did with Blair Davenport. That's what they should have did with Blair Davenport in that NXT pay-per-view. You know, where Mandy Rose beat Blair Davenport and Miku Satomura to unify both the NXT UK and NXT Women's Championships. Remember that match that I was ranting on? Yeah. The same thing should have happened to Blair Davenport. NXT should have had Blair Davenport to win the match, to unify both the NXT UK and NXT Women's Championships. Jesus freaking Christ, man. I don't know why they have Mandy Rose unify both titles, man. It should have been Blair Davenport. Until this day, I'm still saying it. Here I am, with live from my AEW Full Gear review, still saying that Blair Davenport should have been the one to unify both the NXT UK and NXT Women's Championships. Over on NXT, on that NXT pay-per-view that was live with. What was that NXT pay-per-view anyway? Let me go back to the channel and see what that fucking NXT pay-per-view was. I think it was... Let me see. It was NXT UK Worlds Collide. Yes, it was NXT UK Worlds Collide. I was live with the watch along and the review. It should have been Blair Davenport, dude. To unify both the NXT UK and NXT Women's Champions. That's all I'm saying, dude. But Jamie Hayter, congratulations to her. I'm glad that she's the new AEW Interwomen's Champion. We could see a lot of dream matches from Jamie Hayter as AEW Interwomen's Champion. We could see Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander. Jamie Hayter versus Red Velvet. Red Velvet's going to come back as a babyface. She's not coming back to join the baddies. She's going to see that Layla Gray has taken her place, and she's going to be mad. And then that's going to lead to another Red Velvet and Jade Cargill feud. I don't know why anybody needs to see that, but I got a feeling that's going to happen soon. Again. Well, we could see Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Interwomen's Championship. Or for the AEW World Women's Championship. Because first, they need to book Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter in the unification match. They have Jamie Hayter unify both titles. Then we could see she could be a double AEW. Or she could be the undisputed, or should I say the undisputed AEW World Women's Champion. Have her beat Thunder Rosa to become the undisputed AEW World Women's Champion. That would be a big, huge moment for Jamie Hayter right there. That would solidify her career right there, man. That is going to completely solidify her career. I cannot wait to see Jamie Hayter beat Thunder Rosa to unify both the AEW Interwomen's Women's Champion and the actual AEW World Women's Championship. Because she's going to be a great undisputed, in my opinion, she is going to be one of the greatest undisputed AEW Women's World Championships. Women's World Champions of all time. Jamie Hayter is going to be a great fighting champion. Whether as a heel or babyface, she can do it. She's good with both. She's good with both either way. She's just like Becky Lynch. If she's great as a heel, she's great as a babyface too. And the fans are getting Jamie Hayter over really well. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that makes Jamie Hayter happy the most. I'm so happy for her, man. I really am. I feel like throwing the fucking party. That's what I feel like doing. I was right. I told you so. I told these fucking degenerates in the community, man. I told them that Jamie Hayter was going to win. I told them. Nobody listened to me. Nobody listened to me, man. Nobody. I said that Jamie Hayter is going to beat Toni Storm. AEW needs to have Jamie Hayter beat Toni Storm and become the AEW Interwomen's Champion because it failed at AEW All Out. Who's to say they don't book her in another AEW Women's Championship match? They did, and she won the AEW Interwomen's Champion. So whenever she beats Thunder Rosa to unify both titles to become the first ever AEW Undisputed Women's Champion, I think the first person that I could see her defending both titles against is either Chris Statlander, Red Velvet, or a Sky Blue again. I would love to see Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue. Get your minds out of the gutter because I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, man. I know what you're thinking when they put those two against each other. Don't even think about it. That's not what I'm thinking. I actually want to see them go at it, man, in a positive way, not in a negative way. Not like what these degenerates, these nimrods, and these perverted WWE, AEW negative geeks in the community are thinking. I'm not thinking what they're thinking, no. But I would love to see Sky Blue, Jamie Hayter go at it again. That's one of my favorite matches in AEW. Both powerhouse women, both powerful women going at it, man. I think Jamie Hayter and Sky Blue had the most chemistry in the ring. That's why I uploaded that video of Sky Blue versus Jamie Hayter in that Owen Hart's Foundation. I'm going to be uploading Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue too, starting this week. So I'm sure you Sky Blue fans on YouTube and Jamie Hayter fans on YouTube are looking forward to seeing that on my channel. If you're a Sky Blue Jamie Hayter fan, subscribe to my channel. My channel's worth watching. My channel's worth tuning into. I'm telling you. I'm not joking. I'm not only a Jamie Hayter fan, but I'm a Sky Blue fan too. I love what Sky Blue does as well. She's great. She's great. Oshita's great. Chris Statlander's great. I love Chris Statlander's gimmick. Chris Statlander's gimmick is one of my favorite gimmicks in AEW. I've said this about 2-3 times this year already. I've talked about her gimmick 2-3 times already and how good it is. And she looks good too. Man, what a lucky husband. Whoever has her is fucking lucky as hell. Whoever's dating her. Jesus Christ, dude. I can see Jamie Hayter defending both her AEW interim and AEW World Women's Championships. I can see her defending both titles against Chris Statlander, Red Velvet. Even if she defends one title, even if they get rid of the AEW Interim Women's Championship and just give her the actual title, I could see her defending one of those titles or both titles against Chris Statlander, Red Velvet. And I'm talking about the baby faces. Sky Blue. Athena's not a baby face anymore, but she was. I would love to see a match between her and Athena. Serena Deeb is going to come back as a heel. I would love to see Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Martinez. My goodness, that'd be a hell of a fucking match. I just thought about that. Who else they got in that women's division, man? They don't got too many in that women's division. They don't got too many women in that division that she can defend against. Besides Red Velvet, Chris Statlander, Sky Blue. I'm trying to think who else. I'm trying to think who the other baby faces in that women's division could be. It could be Layla Hirsch. She could come back as a baby face. We could see Layla Hirsch versus Jamie Hayter. I feel bad for Layla Hirsch because I know she's from Russia and she's probably dealing with that shit right now. Hopefully, Layla Hirsch will be able to come back once that war between Ukraine and Russia is over. Because she's from Moscow, Russia. In case you guys didn't know. Pretty sure her girlfriend's got to be thinking about her, feeling bad for her right now. I think her girlfriend's name is Ashley. Ashley, the one we saw on Dark. Not that tall Ashley, the short Ashley that was with that Hispanic woman. That she was partners with that Hispanic woman, the Sea Stars. One half of the members of the Sea Stars. But there's a lot of matches that there's a lot of female opponents that I would love to see Jamie Hayter defend both titles against. You know she's going to be the undisputed AEW World Women's Champion. It's going to remind you of how CM Punk and Jon Moxley defended both titles, how they became the undisputed AEW World Champion. But anyways, guys, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to move on here. Now, this was an entertaining match between Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter with a lot of believable near falls. The crowd popped big for Hater going over. I love that. I saw it in the video clips. I loved it. It will be interesting to see what they do with Hater's creativity since she's getting cheered more as a heel than any of AEW's female baby faces. Wow. Oh, shit. You gotta love it, man. You love to see it. Really. Separate shots of Jon Moxley and MJF were shown. A video package recapped the tag team title feud. Entrances for the tag title match took place. Billy Gunn did not accompany his team to the ring, unfortunately. Ooh, boo, ooh, the fucking geeks in the crowd were crying because Billy Gunn wasn't there. Oh, get over it. Billy Gunn will be back on television. He should be back on television this week, if anything. Max Caster rapped on his way to the ring. We got the Acclaimed, Matt Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee for the AEW tag titles. He smells like Keith Lee. He sounds like Keith Lee. He hits like Keith Lee. He stomps like Keith Lee, too. Anyway, the broadcast team explained that Gunn had a vendetta with Strickland and didn't want his issues to cost him his team. I mean, do you blame him? I mean, look at what he did to his hands. He taped his hands. Strickland did some evil, bad things on that day. On that Dynamite, on that other Dynamite episode, man. Oh, God. Strickland's heel character's on fire. He's doing great with his heel character. The broadcast team explained that Gunn, again, had a vendetta with Strickland, as you all know. They spoke about Bowen's storyline, arm injury from the Strickland match on Dynamite. At one point, check this out. Bowens attempted to pick up Strickland, but his arm gave out. Strickland ran Bowens into Caster to knock Caster off the apron. Caster returned, ended up diving from the top rope onto Lee, who took the bump onto a pace of the ringside barricade that was propped up against the ring. Then Strickland worked over Bowens, who continued to sell the shoulder injury. Swerve eventually missed a top rope double stomp and landed on his feet. Bowens slapped, or should I say slammed. You imagine if he slapped him? Jesus Christ. Slammed Swerve to the match and tagged out. Caster hit the mic drop and had the pin. Lee returned to break it up. The Acclaimed set up for a double team move on Strickland. Bowens' arm gave out again. Oh, God. That sounds bad. My thoughts prayers go out to Anthony Bowens. Hopefully his arm gets healed. If it's actually legit and real, it may just be a storyline injury. We don't know. May just be a storyline injury, man. But anyways, yeah. Strickland got free and tagged out. Lee entered the match, dominated both opponents. The live crowd started chanting asshole over something that was happening in the arena. Taz pointed out on commentary that they were chanting about someone being ejected from the building. The fans started cheering, and Excalibur said it was in support of the Acclaim, even though the vast majority of fans were still watching whatever was happening with the fan. That was weird. I never saw that part, but it's a good thing I didn't. Anyway, Strickland and Caster ended up at ringside. Strickland pulled out his peelers. I'd rather not see what the fan did, and wanted to use them on Caster's fingers. Billy Gunn ran out. A group of referees stopped Gunn from getting involved. Strickland entered the ring, handed the peelers to Lee, who took aside and said he couldn't win that way. Strickland slapped Lee across the face and then barked at him. Lee picked up Owens and patted him on the back, and then Lee left the ring. Bowens rolled Strickland. Frady and Follins went for another tag, but Strickland kicked out and Caster made a blind tag. Caster hit a springboard move. Bowens. The Acclaimed set up for their finisher. Bowens sold his shoulder and encouraged him, and they hit the move. After the Excalibur announced that the Elite faced Death Triangle in a second match of a best out of 7 series on Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. So that is probably when that's probably when Pac's going to turn on Rey Fenix and Penta. I don't know. It could happen on that particular episode. He also hyped Orange Cassidy versus Jack Hauger for the AEW All-Atlantic title. Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks in the AEW World Championship Elimination Tournament final. And Chris Jericho versus Ishii for the Ring of Honor Championship from Wednesday night. The tag title match was entertaining. It wasn't as hot as their previous matches, but the dynamic was difficult. It was also different with the Acclaim holding the titles rather than being in chase mode. Seeing Lee and Strickland split up is great. It's a great decision. They did become a tag team act, a quality tag team act. On the bright side, both wrestlers have singles upside. Maybe FTR will finally get another AEW tag team title shot. Meanwhile, it will be interesting to see whether the Elite versus Death Triangle matches perform well in the ratings. The Elite had a pair of AEW Trios title tournament matches that were given roughly the last 30 minutes of back-to-back Dynamite shows. And both matches lost a lot of views. Now, you all are probably curious to see if things are, different given everything that's transpired with Death Triangle as their opponents. A video package set up the main event. Entrance for the main event took place. MJF entered via the stage, while Jon Moxley and William Regal entered through the crowd. Justin Roberts delivered in-ring introductions for the match. MJF was cheered, Regal was booed, and Moxley was booed. Moxley flipped off MJF, who returned the favor. You want to know why Moxley and Regal was booed? Because Regal turned on Moxley. Oh, man. I knew right away it was going to happen. They got Jon Moxley versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. Moxley started the match by punching MJF in the mouth. Moxley and MJF went nose to nose. MJF slapped Moxley, who responded with a forearm to the head. Moxley whipped MJF into the ropes and did a drop down. MJF stepped over Moxley and shrouded him. I don't know what I'm saying. Moxley charged MJF, who held the top rope down, causing Moxley to fall to the floor, which that looked kind of hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you. MJF ran the ropes repeatedly and then stomped. He stopped. He played to the crowd rather than going for a dive. Moxley returned to the ring and shoved MJF into the corner and then bit his head while some fans booed. Moxley looked to the crowd, gave them a double bird, which drew loud boos. MJF put Moxley down in the corner, puts the boots to him. Moxley stood up and knocked MJF down with a clothesline. Then laid on his side to taunt the crowd. A "F you" chant, F you Moxley chant broke out. Moxley continued to be booed as he worked over MJF for the bulk of the next few minutes. Moxley set up for a power driver on the apron. I wonder why they keep booing Jon Moxley. What did he do so wrong to the fans? I don't get it. MJF fought out of it. MJF nearly slipped, but he powered up Moxley and performed a tombstone power driver on the apron. MJF sold knee pain after performing the move. Excalibur said it looked like MJF's knee pad slide off his patella patella tendon. MJF set up for another power driver on the apron, but he let it go and sold knee pain. Moxley hit MJF from behind and then performed a power driver off the apron and through a table that was set up on the floor. Moxley returned to the ring. MJF struggled to get back to his feet and then beat the count by returning to the ring at 9. Moxley kicked MJF and put him down with a paradigm shift that led to a 2 count. So then Moxley stood up, repeatedly kicked MJF's bad knee. Moxley applied a figure 4 leg lock. Moxley bridged up figure 8 style. And the referee counted when MJF's shoulders were down, but he got them up to avoid being pinned. MJF eventually rolled over the figure 4, but Moxley grabbed the ropes to break it up. Moxley got up and performed a power driver on Moxley, who was hanging over the ropes. MJF covered Moxley for a 2 count, then hits his own bad knee a few times. MJF, not Moxley. MJF set up for another power driver. Moxley avoided it and chop blocked the bad knee and continued to work it over. Moxley went to the ropes. MJF reached out, grabbed the ropes, put himself up, causing Moxley to slip and crotch himself. Oh, man, that's kind of hilarious, man. MJF went for a move from the ropes, but Moxley blocked it and hit him with repeated elbows. I love that Claymore, man. It's so satisfying. I love when JD says that. It sounds hilarious. Anyways, Moxley performed an avalanche paradigm shift. Moxley covered MJF, who reached out and grabbed the bottom rope to break it. Moxley let MJF stand up and then said, "Hit me, motherfucker." MJF spat at Moxley, who slapped him. The wrestlers traded punches. Moxley kicked the bad knee and then ran the ropes, but MJF pulled referee Bryan Ramsberg in front of him. Ref bump, I guess. MJF pulled out the dynamite diamond ring and looked at it. Rowan Reigns walked to ringside and told MJF to put the ring down. MJF dropped the ring and then flipped off Ringo. Moxley put MJF in a sleeper. MJF pushed off the ropes into a pin. A second referee, Paul Turner, made a 2 count. Moxley maintained the hold. MJF backed him into Turner. Another ref bump again. Moxley put MJF in the bulldog choke. MJF tapped out, but both referees were down. Moxley released the hold and acted like he thought he won the match. Regal told him to wake up the referee. When Moxley went to the referee, Regal slipped his brass knuckles to MJF. Moxley turned around and MJF hit him with the brass knuckles and then shoved them in his tights. Referee Ramsberg turned around and made the 3 count. MJF defeated Moxley to become the AEW World Champion, all thanks to William Regal. MJF and Regal smiled at one another. MJF celebrated with the title belt while the broadcast team said he stunned the wrestling world. MJF left the ring and a security guard helped him to the ramp while he stood knee pain. MJF turned and looked to the crowd, then shoved the security guard away. MJF sat down on the stage with the title belt and made snow angles while laughing to close the show. Regal helping MJF was among the more popular predictions for the match finish. The live crowd came to life for the ref bump, so I think everyone had their guard up for something along those lines. I don't consider that to be a negative because the end result appears to be MJF won the championship and will be staying heel. I guess we'll find out on Dynamite. The match was fine. He won't be remembered as one of the great AEW pay-per-view main events by any means. It was the greatest. It was the greatest. Yet it was still memorable. Also memorable to its own way, thanks to the title change in the beginning of the MJF era. And overall, let's be honest, guys. This was a good pay-per-view. The show started really strong with those first two matches. There was no way they could maintain that pace. But the four-way delivered, and they closed the night with a few entertaining matches that included two newsworthy title changes. Now, my real thoughts on the 2022 AEW Full Gear pay-per-view. Honestly, like I said, it was great. It was good. It was great. I didn't see nothing wrong with it at all. As I said, it was a good pay-per-view. It started really strong, first two matches. There was no way they could maintain that pace, man. Legitimately. These matches were entertaining, except for that TBS championship match. And except for that ending with Samoa Joe winning the TNT championship, which should have been Powerhouse Hobbs winning that TNT championship. I think Powerhouse Hobbs got robbed of his title match and title opportunity. Let's be honest. The Fatal 4-Way match delivered, and they closed the night with a few entertaining matches. That include two newsworthy title changes. That's all I'm going to say to that. Guys, that's going to do it for your 2022 AEW Full Gear review. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. If you did, I'm improving. I just got to improve a little bit more. I'm getting better. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, man. Legitimately getting there. But I got something special to show you guys, man. I got a AEW Fight Forever trailer to show you guys that AEW uploaded on their YouTube channel. You're not going to believe it. You're going to be in shock when I show you guys this. I hope there are some more people watching. You guys have got to fucking see this. You guys have really got to fucking see this, man. I'm telling you. It looks fucking fantastic. I'm not even joking. I'm so happy for Jamie Hayter, man. I've always been a huge fan of Jamie Hayter since her AEW debut, man. I'm so happy for her, dude. Now she needs to beat Thunder Rosa, unify both titles, and be a fighting champion. And then we can see where she'll go from there. But I got something to really show you guys on AEW's YouTube channel. Let me pull their YouTube channel up. I got to show you guys that AEW Fight Forever trailer. The official AEW Fight Forever trailer. Oh my fucking god, man. This got chills written all over it, man. I got chills just at this shit earlier yesterday, man. Oh my goodness. The official trailer of AEW. The AEW released trailer 1 at Full Gear, showing AEW Fight Forever video game, showing the sneak peek of it. My goodness, man. It can't get any exciter. It cannot get any exciting than that. It cannot get any more happier than that, man. I really got to show you guys this, man. You guys are going to be so fucking happy when I show you this shit. I'm telling you right now. Telling you right now, man. You are in for excitement. So before I end the stream, I want to show you guys the AEW official release trailer 1 that they showed at Full Gear. So I'm going to pull that up. And you know what? I'm going to talk about the politics this afternoon. I'm not going to talk about it this morning because I really want to show you guys this trailer and end the live streaming. Just get off. Because I'm kind of tired. And I haven't even got any sleep yet. In case you guys didn't notice. I don't think I have my medicine yet either because I don't feel, usually I'll feel sleepy with my medicine and I don't. It's probably because I didn't take my medicine yesterday. It's probably because I forgot to take it. Jesus Christ, man. I got to stay on medicine, man, for real. Now, I got to show you guys this fucking trailer, man. Oh my God, this has me so happy. And I'm pretty sure the majority of the AEW fans, the WWE fans, watched the trailer too, and they were probably stoked and happy for this one. And I'm talking about the negative ones. I'm talking about the positive ones. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to show you guys the trailer. Here we go, man.
AEW Fight Forever was revealed to the world.
I can't believe what I just saw.
The reaction was nothing short of spectacular.
Fight Forever was revealed to the fucking world, bro.
Oh my God!
My God!
Incredible!
Do you remember the feeling when you could just...
Fight Forever was revealed to the world, bro. I'm going to show you guys again. I'm going to show you guys video again. We're going to go back and replay it again, dude. God. The graphics on this game looks absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. I love the graphics on this game. I love how they made this game, how they did this game. It looks a lot better than WWE Battlegrounds. It looks 100% better than WWE Battlegrounds. It looks better than WWE 2K22. I think the WWE 2K22 game looks better than AEW Fight Forever. I can't make up my mind, dude. Which one is better? I just can't. Dude, it's hard, man. Both games are great. Both games are awesome. The graphics on both games look absolutely fantastic. But people have been saying there's been bugs on that game. From playing the game, there hasn't been bugs on my side of the state. I haven't got any bugs yet. But if I do, I'll let you guys know. I'll be done shit on this game. Be done shit on who made the game. If there was bugs on there. Trust me. Trust and believe it. There hasn't been bugs from when I played it. From when I tried out the roster. I haven't tried out the full roster yet. I still got to try out LA Knight, Xia Li, talents like freaking Omos. So I got to try them out. I'm going to show you guys the 2K streams that I've already did. Probably next week when I start back streaming games, I'm probably going to tell y'all the WWE 2K22 male and female superstars that I've already used in the game. Excuse me. All right, get ready to show you guys this trailer. Here we go.
AEW Fight Forever was revealed to the world.
I can't believe what I just saw.
And the reaction was nothing short of spectacular.
Bring it. Let's see it.
Oh, man, you got to love it.
Oh my God! Incredible!
Do you remember the feeling when you could just pick up and play a video game?
That feeling is back.
Are you ready to reignite the magic?
AEW Fight Forever.
Has deep career modes
You can create your own wrestler, like me.
and use all
I would comment my heart. I would comment my heart
Battle it
emoji,
out
but I'm kind of not in there.
Like lights out.
I got a,
balls
you know.
count anywhere.
And don't forget about the weapons. All the weapons.
Now it's time for you to create your unforgettable moments.
Look at this
AEW
game,
Fight
bro.
Forever coming
Oh
soon.
my God, I gotta get this shit. Holy crap, man. Okay, that's enough. We don't need to see no MMA. I gotta get this game back. Do you guys want me to show it one last time? I'm gonna show it one last time. You know what? I'm gonna show it one last time, man. I'm gonna give you guys what you want to see, man. I'm all about giving you guys what you want to see and what you want to hear. I'm gonna show it one more time right in the stream, man. You got to love the graphics on that freaking AEW Fight Forever game. Oh my god. Wow, the graphics look fucking great. Graphics look freaking great, man. I gotta show you guys one last time, man. I want to show you guys one last time before I end the stream. I don't want anybody to miss this official trailer. I know nobody hasn't seen it. Nobody from my channel hasn't seen it, dude. God, everybody that's subscribed to my channel needs to be watching this full gear review today. Because this special trailer that I showed you guys, I'm pretty sure had you involved. Telling you, man, I killed on this review today, man. I did good. I'm gonna actually post a voting poll asking you guys how I did on this review. If I did bad, vote bad. If I did good, vote good. Doesn't make a difference. I'm still gonna improve. I don't know why I got my volume up on my phone, man. I was just trying to make sure my stream was good. That's all. Let me pull it back up because I took it off by mistake. I don't know why the fuck I took it off when I should have left it on there. That's just me not thinking. All right, show you guys again. One last time. One last time for my YouTube subscribers, my IWN community fans. Especially to those of you that's getting the game. That's going to be getting the game like I am, because I know I'm getting it. I got to save money for this shit. Holy shit, this is going to be a good game. I'm going to be using my favorite talents on there. Oh my god, I know Jamie Hayter is going to be down here. I can't wait, bro. I'm going to be the first person I'm going to use Jamie Hayter, dude. Now, I'm going to be going through the roster, though. I'm going to be using everybody. I'm just going to go through the roster like I did with WWE 2K22. I got to continue the WWE 2K22 streams. I got some WWE 2K22 streams that I'm going to do. I got some WWE 2K22 streaming in mind. I'm going to do some more of that very soon. Not right now. Because right now I'm streaming, producing, and uploading wrestling content and stuff. And I just started back going live for my ID watch-alongs too. You know, when I watch Investigate Discovery. I'll probably end up doing that again this Sunday night. I got to see what's coming on this Sunday night. I really want to go live with a WWE AEW Sunday Night News live stream. Give you guys your Sunday Night News, man. That's what I want to do. But anyways, I'm going to show you how this trailer one more time and get off of here. Because my throat, if I don't, my throat's going to get sore. I don't want to.
AEW Fight Forever was revealed to the world.
I can't believe what I just
And the reaction was nothing short of spectacular.
Bring it! Let's see it! I'm better than you! Oh my god! Incredible!
Do you remember the feeling when you could just pick up and play a video game?
That feeling is back.
Are you ready to reignite the magic?
AEW Fight Forever.
That's deep career modes.
You can create your own wrestler, like me.
And use all of my signature moves.
Battle it out in some of my favorite matches, like Lights Out.
Balls count
Big
anyway.
Breaker did a
Don't
wink
forget
at
about
me.
the weapons.
Oh, I see you, Britt. I see you trying to wink at me.
All the weapons.
Now it's time for you to create your unforgettable moments. AEW Fight Forever, coming soon.
Oh my god, bro.
I wish I could say I didn't know how hard it
Oh my god, man. Wow. I can't wait to buy this game, man. All right, guys, I'm getting the heck out of here. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed my review, thumbs up. I don't know why I clicked the button. That was a mistake. I was trying to remove it so I can upload my outro. That's what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking doing that. That's how you know I ain't having busy, because I clicked the wrong fucking button, dude. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. This is it, man. I'm getting the hell out of here. Just to keep you guys up to date, my SmackDown review will be live this afternoon. I'm going to post my YouTube schedule on my community page on my YouTube channel. My full YouTube schedule for this week. And guys, I got some good news. I'm happy. I'm actually happy now. I'm not mad anymore. I don't know why I got mad. I didn't realize that Bleacher Report still had the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view on their website. I'll still be able to fucking buy it. And guess what? Guys? I'm here to officially tell you that my AEW Full Gear watch-along will be pushed to Thursday. So for Thanksgiving, I'm going to be live with my very own AEW Full Gear watch-along. We're going to watch AEW Full Gear together, chat, and I want to see what you guys say. I want to see what you guys think about AEW. I want you guys to give me your thoughts on AEW Full Gear once I watch the full pay-per-view this Thursday on Thanksgiving. That's what I'm going to be doing for Thanksgiving, watching AEW Full Gear. Because I didn't get to buy it yesterday, unfortunately, due to me being short on money. I mean, when I get paid on Beverly, I'm saving money to buy that fucking pay-per-view. I'm watching that shit for Thanksgiving. And this is not going to be the background that you're going to see. Trust me. It's going to be a whole different background. Believe me. I always have different backgrounds for my reviews and watch-alongs, man. My backgrounds always look great, man. I always keep my backgrounds looking neat, it seems like now. But I want to make sure my logos sometimes, they're not straight. Sometimes the YouTube logo's not straight either. That's wrong. I don't need my YouTube channel profile to be up top because I already have my name on the left side, so no need for that. When my YouTube channel profile logo is on the side of the screen, I don't need that. Sometimes it'll pop up, sometimes it won't, but my SmackDown review will be live this afternoon, and 100% am probably going to be live for the WWE and AEW Sunday night news live stream. I got to check out the news. I got to check with my sources, Ringside News. Got to see what they got, what news they got from yesterday, and what news they're going to have for today. I'll probably end up giving out the news from yesterday on my SmackDown review, and probably give out today's news on my WWE and AEW Sunday night news live stream. So, I may be live for Monday Night Raw this Tuesday afternoon for work. I don't know. I'll see. I'm thinking about it. If Raw delivers, if it doesn't deliver, yeah, guess what? I'm not even going to think about it. I know I'm going to be live for the Dynamite Watch Along and Review this Wednesday night. And I'm going to be live with my AEW Full Gear Watch Along on Thanksgiving. I'm going to have some content on Thanksgiving. I'm probably going to end up streaming games because I am buying PlayStation Plus again. So I'm probably going to end up streaming some games this weekend. I'm probably going to end up setting that extender, my new extender up. See how that goes. See if that keeps the stream from going black, from going to that stupid glow that it always goes to when I stream on my PS4. I don't know why it does that. I can't stand that. My YouTube subscribers and friends like Underground has seen that. He's been in my chat and he's seen that. He's seen my stream go black and go to that fucking globe shit. Even Hassan has seen that shit. All my moderators have seen that shit happen twice. It's fucking sad, dude. You can't stream a fucking game without it going black, going to that fucking globe. I don't understand what that globe means. I don't even understand what it means. Does it mean network connection? Does it mean, I don't get it. Does it mean the quality's fucked up or what? Is the router fucking up the quality? I don't understand it. I don't understand what it means. Anyways, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys later. See you guys in the live chat for SmackDown this afternoon. Probably see you guys in the live chat for your AEW Sunday Night News. We got some brand new content coming to the IWN YouTube channel this week, so make sure you have on your notifications. Hit the thumbs up on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are almost at 500 subscribers. I can't believe it. I got 484 subscribers. It's all because of you guys. Thank you so much, man. Keep on supporting my channel in any way you can. And let me know what other content you want to see on the channel, man. I don't mind streaming it. I don't mind getting it. So, anyways, guys, I'm getting out of here, man. Have yourselves a great new start to your week, a great new start to your Thanksgiving week. Most importantly, stay safe always. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or this afternoon, for your SmackDown review.